with others. There'll be no change to the order of finish. Stewards checked out the video. No horses were involved with the incident involving number 1, who was Jarrett. Inquiry signs off the board. 6473. 6473 in today's fifth. And race 5 is official. The double 1-6, $38.20. A 6-4 exacta, $66. 6-4-7 trifecta, $65.75. 10-cent super, 6-4-7-3, $148. The pick 3, 4-1-6, $32.62. Race 6 up next. It will start our late pick 3. We have a couple of scratches in our 6. The 3 Royal Kaz and the 6 Holy Matrimony. 3 and 6 both scratch from race 6. 9 Stud Puppy ownership line should read owner trainer Nick Zito. Race 6, 22 minutes away at 3:46.
Back in the paddock for race number 6. We look back at race 5 and Lover's Leap, the old 8-year-old, makes a nice run around the turn there and draws away down the lane for Joel Cruz and trainer Kathleen Babcock. Lover's Leap, his 9th career score. Take a look here at the 6th race. It's a $5,000 claimer for horses that have not won 3 races in their lifetime. Win, play, show, exacta, try, superfecta wagering, daily double wagering, and also the pick 3 on races 6, 7, and 8. And what makes this race interesting is we have 4 horses dropping down. North Coast dropping onto the 11,000 claimer. Make It in New York, the 5, dropping. The 7, Cristiano's Dream, dropping. And Stud Puppy, who ships in from Ellis Park for the Hall of Famer Nick Zito. We don't get many Kentucky Derby winning trainers here, but certainly Nick Zito fits that bill. For Maddie Martin, now they teamed up yesterday to win the 2nd race with a well-bred son of Uncle Mo. Stud Puppy, a one-time winner here at Finger Lakes in just 3 starts. He's only won 2 races in 34. We'll see how he does against 5,000 competition, 20-1 on the morning line. Right now at 4-1, and of course he gets in at 115 with the apprentice Maddie Martin. For me, the horse to beat is the 2, North Coast. Now, not sure what happened last time. North Coast sat a wonderful trip and retreated, and that could be why he's in for $5,000 today. But before that, if you look at his race 2, 3, and 4 back, those races are plenty good enough and plenty fast enough to defeat this $5,000 field. Which North Coast will show up today? We're not sure, but if he runs anywhere near those other races, he'll get the job done in here. The 5, Making It in New York, now he's another one that simply did not fire last time. He was wide at the half-mile pole. That may have been a factor. 2 starts back, he rallied to be 2nd against the razor-sharp CJ's Grand Slam. And he is making his 3rd start back off the July freshening. So he could be okay in here right now at 9-1 for John Davila and Chris Engelhart. The other horse that may be interesting is the 7, Cristiano's Dream, for trainer Dylan Clark and Jose Baez. Now, this one has a lot of speed, racing at Parks. 1 start here at Finger Lakes, did not break well at all, was really eliminated at the start, was badly beaten. Drops off that race, but he did have a very good workout before his last race. And if you're willing to put a line through that race, right now on the board at, well, he's even money, so he's taking money on the board. So maybe he will not be his 10-1 morning line price. He may drift up, but certainly if he doesn't get hooked up with Cody's Express, he may be footloose and fancy free here on the lead. We'll see what happens. Race 6 again is a pick 3 on races 6, 7, and 8. Again, if you're new to Finger Lakes and you don't have a program for today's races, just go on our website, fingerlakesgaming.com. Click on the racing section, left-hand side, free digital programs, and you can download a program for today's races and all the races during the 2023 racing season. Horse will be on the track in a few minutes, and then we'll get Tony's picks for race number 6. Good luck.
Coming onto the track for race 6, 3-year-olds and up now winners of 3 races, $5,000 claimers. 6 furlongs the distance, couple of scratches, 3 and 6 Royal Cas, Holy Matrimony 3 and 6, both scratch from the 6. Race 6 begins our late pick 3, post time in about 5 minutes. Here's the field. 1 is Cousin Greg. Louis Perez looking for another winner on today's card. 7-2 Cousin Greg. 2 North Coast the favorite. 8-5. Cabercoa. Good to see Caber in the saddle. Scratch the 3-4 is Navy Pair. Heeman Harkey. 5 Make It in New York. John Davila Jr. Chris Englehart looking for a training double. Scratch the 6. 7 is Cristiano's Dream. Jose Baez. 8 is Uncle Vic, Christian Navarro. Next will be the 9 Stud Puppy and the Bug Girl, Maddie Martin, Nick Zito, owner-trainer. 10 Cody's Express, Nazario Alvarado. That's the field of 8. Race 6 starts our late pick 3, 4 minutes away. You're looking at my top pick, the 2 North Coast. He makes a lot of sense if you are willing to forgive the 4th of September affair. He's the horse to beat. Been a good 2023 for North Coast. Here's a horse that I was fond of last year as a 3-year-old when he was traveling in those 2-turn races in the maiden special weight ranks. And Anthony Ferraro having a tremendous season here at Finger Lakes in 2023, trying to stay as close as he can to Chris Englehart for as long as he can. And this is a good way to do it. Running a horse who's been successful against better, dropping into the bottom at 5. This is how you get to the winner's circle. North Coast aggressively placed by Junior. The only cause for concern is what happened on the 4th of September. Is it Junior's just willingness and eagerness to want to get to the winner's circle, or is he tipping his mitt saying, hey, I'm done with North Coast, you can have him for 5? Perhaps both. I'm willing to say, hey, you know what? It's just an aggressive placing by a trainer who loves to win races. North Coast, my top pick. 5 Make It in New York. Leading trainer Chris Englehart. Lots of stock. He's able to make these aggressive moves. Make It in New York. It's been a long time since he got to the winner's circle. If memory serves correct, that victory last year was when he was under the training tutelage of Rob Atras, and that was in a 1-mile affair against 16,000 N2Ls at Aqueduct in a 1-turn, 1-mile race. John Grabowski had him. Chris claimed him off John. Here's Make It in New York running for $5,000. He's a good late-running sprinter. This is his 3rd start since early July. Today could be his day. He's offering value. He's 7-1 in the wagering. 1 Cousin Greg is a horse that I like also. Even though he hasn't won this year, at least technically getting in front of other horses, he was awarded the victory on the 18th of July. He's run some good races this season. He's been at the mercy of soft paces, yet he's still been able to manage rallies in the final quarter of a mile. Look at his last 2 races. Look at both of the half-mile splits, 46-4 and 47. And despite those favorable flow for front runners, Cousin Greg has been able to make up ground in the final quarter of a mile. Perhaps a better pace scenario this afternoon. North Coast likes to show pace. Cristiano's Dream could be forwardly positioned. Will Uncle Vic revert to the front-running tactics that made him successful when he was under the training tutelage of Ronnie and Deborah Breed? And then you get Cody's Express to add more speed to the mix from the far outside. What I'm getting at is maybe Cousin Greg's chances today improve with a much better pace flow. 10 Cody's Express, never been a big fan of the horses I mentioned in my pre-race show. Apologies to Stacy Torelli and Ron Canizzo and Daniel Town, but I will give credit where credit is due, and this horse has rebounded nicely in his last 3 starts. And perhaps if there isn't as much pace as what I'm hoping for, at least for Cousin Greg and Make It in New York, Cody's Express could be in a good spot behind North Coast and Cristiano's Dream getting a nice trip. Who knows? He's got a good outside post. We'll see what happens here in race 6. North Coast. He's the horse to beat if he runs back to the races in June, July, and August. Little cause for concern with that recent race, but he's the one to beat on the class drop at even money. Race 6 starting our late pick 3. The horses are approaching the starting gate. Nearing the gate. It's post time for race 6. North Coast is the big favorite at even money. Cousin Greg is in for River Card Stable. Big shout outs to Easy and Courtney Bates. Cousin Greg, North Coaster in Navy pair moves forward. Here's Make It in New York. Cristiano's Dream will be next. North Coast at even money. Even money North Coast. Make It in New York at 7-2. Here's Uncle Vic for Victor D. Next will be Nick Zito, Stud Puppy. Cody's Express for the Niz and Torelli along with Daniel Town. North Coast on the class drop, 6-5, late pick 3 time. And there they go. Cody's Express is sent hard from the far outside. Uncle Vic is showing pace. North Coast comes away running in third. Here's Cristiano's Dream trying to rush up into the action. He takes over third from the far outside. Make It in New York has the fifth spot. Outside of Cousin Greg, Navy Pier and Stud Puppy are the last two. Cody's Express with the killer crossover. Quickly away, and he has the lead. Better than a length and a half to Uncle Vic. Cristiano's Dream is third, and North Coast is forwardly placed heading into the turn. 3-5. Break of at least 7 lengths back to Cousin Greg. Navy Pair. Make It in New York second last. At the back there is Stud Puppy. And with the top spot, still Cody's Express. Uncle Vic's running a brave one. Uncle Vic means business this afternoon. Uncle Vic to tackle Cody's Express. And North Coast is third. And here comes Cousin Greg finding his best ride. And he's got a look. He's going to make a move for third inside of North Coast. Cousin Greg with momentum. And here he comes. Cousin Greg in North Coast ready to tackle Uncle Vic. Cousin Greg, North Coast. Cousin Greg. Cousin Greg's the winner. From North Coast, Uncle Vic and Cody's Express trying to hang on for fourth from a fast-closing Stud Puppy. $112 and 66 100ths. Cousin Greg's a cool little horse. He closes into these paces. Usually comes with a good solid run. Nice price of 5-1 for Cousin Greg. Second place 2 North Coast. How about the 8 Uncle Vic? Gave his backers a big thrill at 41-1. Photo for fourth. Fourth got very tight. Make sure to hold all tickets. Fourth place 10, Cody's Express. Cousin Greg. He's a 4-year-old bay gelding by Klimt out of the Adam Long Ride to Wisdom. Owned by River Card Stable, winning trainer Jim Aquilano. A riding double for the Diamond Man Louis Perez. Winner was bred in Kentucky by Morrow Bloodstock International Incorporated. Race 6 is official. The double 6-1, $62.50. 1-2 exacta, $25.20. 1-2 trifecta, $79.75. 10-cent super. 1-2 10, $52.55. Seventh race, scratch 10 guidance out of the seventh. Number 5, free shot, 3 pounds over. Seventh race starts the late double, 22 minutes away at 4:16.
Horses are in the track for race number 7. It's our co-feature. It's an allowance race for filly and mares, which have never won 3 races in their lives, to be run at 1 mile and 70 yards. And congratulations to the connections of Cousin Greg. The winner of race 6 finally gets there after 2 excellent second place finishes, got the pace scenario he needed to get the job done. Louis Perez riding for the veteran trainer Jim Aquilano. We should have a very short favorite in here, and why not? It's the 4 Janis Joplin, 3-year-old filly by Kentucky Derby winner California Chrome. Very popular horse. I get a lot of emails on this horse, and why not? Since arriving from Woodbine, she has been ultra impressive. Her first start here, she stalked the pace and opened up a 10-length lead around the turn, coasted home to win by 6. And last time she basically toyed with the field, winning by 4.5, and she has been whacked at the windows in both starts. She does move up to this non-winner of 3 lifetime condition, but based on her versatility and how she's looked in her first 2 starts, she is definitely going to be tough in here. Right now at 2-1, I expect that price to drift down. The wild card horse in the race is the 9, and we do scratch 10 guidance. The 9 Golden Moonlight for Jim Aquilano and rider Christian Navarro. Now, the question is, can she go long? She's never went long in her life. She has a lot of speed. She has went wire to wire in the past. She was the easiest winner in her never win 2 allowance victory. She may be quicker early than Janis Joplin. Can she control things? If she does, can she get the distance? Not sure, but she could make a race of this, certainly. Last time she had a wide trip against a very good filly, Little Miss Sunshine, who's undefeated and I believe is done for the year. And nothing wrong with that second place effort last time out. Right now, 9 Golden Moonlight at 3-1. Another horse that ran great last time, but I'm not sure how she's going to do here, is the 6 Silent Invasion. Tried to go wire to wire last time, just was run down in the final stride. She ran big. Does she need to lead the win? That's the question. She shows going wire to wire in her win, and she will not be, I don't believe she'll be in front this afternoon. So can she stalk the pace and win? Probably. Luis Perez with a double already on today's card rides for Mike Ferraro Jr., who's also had a win. And we have to mention the 8 Isabel Loves Gold for trainer Mike Ferraro. Can't leave Mike Ferraro out, especially this time of year. Keeper Cole rides. Since adding Lasix, this filly has improved. She's a 3-year-old filly, and she has gotten better. She has a good running style for this race. She figures to stalk the early pace. Will she pounce in here? It's very possible. Right now, 6-1 on the board. Race 7 features win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, superfecta wagering in the daily double on races 7, 8, 9 minutes post time. Horse will be on the track shortly, and then upstairs to Tony Callow with his selections in race number 7. It's a good one. It's an allowance race for the filly and mares.
All right, on the track, let's get to the 3 Capital Gal, Kevin Navarro. 4 is Janice Joplin at John Davila Jr., co-favored at 2-1 with the 6 Silent Invasion. Here's the 5 Free Shot, Emmanuel Di Diego, 3 pounds over. 6 is Silent Invasion, Louis Perez with a big day, looking for 3 on the card. 7 Tintagel, looking for 2 in a row, Stephen Frett, the pilot. 8 is Isabel Loves Gold, also looking for 2 in a row with Cabracoa. 9 is Golden Moonlight, Christian Navarro is the jockey. Jim Aquilano looking for back-to-back training scores. Scratch the 10 Guidance, our 7th race and allowance event, 1 mile and 70 yards. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up now, winners of 3 races. You're looking at the 9 Golden Moonlight, Christian Navarro. Once again, scratch 10 Guidance, 1 mile and 70 yards. 1 is Tequila with Jose Baez, 2 Cross Island, Jackie Davis. I was a little late to the post parade. 7th race begins the late double. Post time in a little more than 3 minutes. You're looking at my top pick, the 4, Janice Joplin. Janice Joplin has looked sensational since shifting her scenery here to Finger Lakes, rattling off 2 consecutive victories. Showed a little promise as a 2-year-old, finishing 2nd in the Adirondack in early August of 2022 at Saratoga. Went to Kentucky for a couple of starts, then ventured to Woodbine to start off her 3-year-old campaign, a decent 4th and then a distant 3rd in her first 2 starts, then a very disappointing effort in a 7-furlong turf race. She's been pretty awesome here at Finger Lakes in back-to-back route races, winning by big margins, 6 lengths over Shoop There It Is, who promptly returned to the winner's circle, soundly defeating Isabel Loves Gold on the 14th of August. Isabel parlayed that into a next out victory. Things are going well for Janice Joplin this season. She's the one to beat, 2-1. She has had things somewhat to her liking, though, in both of her starts here. Maybe she has to deal with other speed. Silent Invasion is one who likes to mix it up, and she is vying for favoritism. I'll get to her in just a little bit. What do we do with 9 Golden Moonlight? Golden Moonlight started off her career on a pretty good note here at Finger Lakes, running 2nd to Wartap, but then back-to-back good-looking scores, easily graduating, and then easily defeating Isabel Loves Gold on the 21st of June. Now, granted, that was Isabel's first start as a 3-year-old. Golden Moonlight benefited with some races already under her belt. Ventured to Presque Isle over the synthetic in a state-bred, Pennsylvania-bred race. Golden Moonlight, a PA-bred. Disappointed. Up the track, soundly defeated, finishing last in the field of 5. Came back to Finger Lakes, had somewhat of a trouble trip on the 31st of July. Ran well on the 21st of August. The girl that beat her has been going pretty good this season. In fact, I think she's undefeated in 3 starts. Little Miss Sunshine. We'll see how Golden Moonlight handles the added real estate. Has Tis Now blood underneath. That should bode well with the extra distance. I'll give her a little bit of a look. She's 3-1. 8 Isabel Loves Gold. She's hoping for some pace. She wants somebody to go mix it up with Janice Joplin. Maybe it is Silent Invasion. Maybe it's Golden Moonlight. If so, Isabel Loves Gold should sit a very good trip. Maybe will be good enough. Maybe she will be good enough to turn the tables on Janice Joplin. The price is probably going to be enticing enough. She is 6-1. And then you get the 6 Silent Invasion. Silent Invasion I've always been fond of. She caught my attention last year with some nice maiden special weight races, the 2nd and then the victory. The Connections thought enough after her allowance N2L race to step her up against New York Oaks competition, and she had the lead to the top of the lane before tiring. Didn't have the greatest of posts that afternoon. She should be forwardly placed, mixing it up with Janice Joplin. This is her 4th start as a 4-year-old, so she has every right to continue to improve. She's currently 3-1. Those look like the logical 4 contenders here on the 7th, starting our late daily double. nearing the gate. It's post time for the 7th race. 8-5, Janice Joplin looking for 3 in a row. 5-2, number 6. Silent Invasion. 7-2, number 9. Golden Moonlight. Nine fillies and mares. 7th race beginning our late double. Inside 3 are in. Here's the favorite, Janice Joplin. Next will be Free Shot. Free Shot's looking for 2 in a row. Free Shot stretching out this afternoon. Here comes a Silent Invasion. Tintagel gunning for 2 in a row. Out of conditions. Recent maiden special weight winner. And a couple to load. Isabel Loves Gold. She's also looking for 2 in a row. And then Golden Moonlight on the stretch out. 7-5, Janice Joplin. Here's Golden Moonlight to the outside. Ready for the fillies and mares. And there they go. Tintagel had a very awkward start, unseated the jockey. Tintagel has unseated Stephen Fred. With the top spot, Golden Moonlight, little rank. Christian Navarro wants her to settle. She makes the pace on this stretch out. Janice Joplin is up closer. Silent Invasion. Free Shot also forwardly positioned, stretching out. Capital Gal has the 5th spot. Isabel Loves Gold is in the 6th position, little less than 6 off the lead. And the 2 mares, Tequila and Cross Island, towards the tail of the field. Golden Moonlight making the pace. Now she has put those nerves to bed, and she settles into a nice stride near the 5/8. About a length and a half to Janice Joplin, sitting a beautiful trip in 2nd. Silent Invasion is 3rd, little less than 6 off the lead. A length back to Free Shot, and Isabel Loves Gold. 3 deep, beginning to take closer orders. Isabel Loves Gold. After them is Capital Gal. Break of about 6 or 7 to both Tequila and Cross Island. 48-1 for that half after a 24-3 opening quarter. Golden Moonlight doing it smoothly with the top spot. Leads by 2.5 at the 3 furlong point from Janice Joplin. Isabel Loves Gold continues to improve her position. She gets within 4 lengths at the 5/16. It's a break of 4 lengths to Silent Invasion, Capital Gal, Free Shot, then go to Tequila, and at the tail is Cross Island. Golden Moonlight and Janice Joplin trying to turn up the pressure, and Isabel Loves Gold begins to make her move, continues to make her move. Golden Moonlight still has the lead. Janice Joplin continues to run after her. Then we go to Isabel Loves Gold. And also trying to close up the inside is Tequila with Silent Invasion. Golden Moonlight handling the added real estate. Can she get to the wire? Here's Tequila. Golden Moonlight. She's a talented filly, and it's back-to-back for Jim Aquilano. Tequila ran well, running in the 2nd spot. And 3rd and 4th involves Janice Joplin and Isabel Loves Gold. And you might have heard Rick Coyne screaming at me that we're going to have an inquiry into the start on 45 and 69 100ths. Golden Moonlight wire to wire. Once again, 145 and 69 100ths. Rick Coyne loud and clear over the squawk box. Tony, we're going to have an inquiry. All right, Rick, we got it. We're going to look at this 7 Tintagel, see what happened to her at the start. 9 Golden Moonlight is the unofficial winner. 2nd place, 1 Tequila at a big price. And the photo sign is up on the board for 3rd and 4th. Make sure to hold all tickets. Inquiry signs off the board. A 7 Tin Tajel caused all of her own troubles at the start. Inquiry sign off the board. Soon to be off the board. Third place, 4 Janice Joplin. Fourth place, 8 Isabel Loves Gold. 9148. 9148 unofficially in the 7th. Race 7 is official. Entering the winner's circle is the 9 Golden Moonlight, a very talented 3-year-old bay filly by Gold Digger's Boy out of the Tis Now mare, Working at Night. Owned by Oh Happy Day Stable along with River Card Stable. Back-to-back for River Card, back-to-back for winning trainer Jim Aquilano, the winning jockey Christian Navarro. Golden Moonlight was bred in Pennsylvania by Mary Catherine Hare. 1-9 double, $61. A 9-1 exacta, $125.50. 9-1-4 trifecta, $102. The 10-cent super, 9-1-4-8, $91.25. One more race to go on this Tuesday program. Scratch 2 Crystal Orb. Also scratch the 7 MAS Scroovies. For Pretty Miss Penny, 1 pound over. Our Tuesday nightcap in 21 minutes at 4:47.
One more race to go on the Tuesday program. Looking back at the 7th race, we told you she was a wild card. Number 9, Golden Moonlight, stretching out of those, coming out of those sprints, is able to make the front, set decent fractions, and keep on going, giving trainer Jimmy Aquilano back-to-back winners this time. Christian Navarro with the heads-up ride, and a nice mutual of $7 if you believed in her going long. Let's look at the nightcap. It's a wide open nightcap. And a big question mark horse as well. This is a $5,000 claimer for filly and mares, which have never won 2 races in their career. Horses 5, 6, and 8 are not covered in the pick 5. If one of those horses win, we'll have a carryover going into tomorrow's card. Post time tomorrow, of course, 1:15. We race Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday at 1:15. Next Monday, a big day with 2 big stake races, the Lady Finger Stakes and also the Aspirant, I believe it's now called. It used to be the Aspirant for many, many years. And we have some top jockeys in town as well with the Ortiz brothers, Irad Ortiz, Jose Ortiz, Manny Franco is here, Kendrick Carmouche is here. Should be a big day of racing on Monday. All right, nightcap. Number 3 is going to get most of the attention. That's Ice Love. This one dropping from the allowance ranks into a $5,000 claimer. Went off at 4-1 last time behind Janice Joplin. You could see she is not the best gate horse. 3 of her last 4 comments, she either broke slow or was sluggish. Maybe that's why she's in for $5,000 this afternoon. Who knows? But certainly, if she runs back to any of those races, 2, 3, and 4 back, she's going to defeat this $5,000 field. 2-1 on the board, Luis Perez, who's had 2 winners today, riding from Mike Anthony Ferraro. Number 1, Welcome to My World, makes her first start here at Finger Lakes. And she's been racing at Monmouth. She broke her maiden at Monmouth by 5 lengths, and she had a good second against the 6250s. No reason to think she can't go with this caliber of horse. Jackie Davis picks up the mount for trainer Carlos David. If you're looking for a long shot, maybe number 10, Sweet DeSantis. Now this one was racing in maiden special weight races. She did have some excuses, and she dropped down to the $5,000 level. She got pounded at the windows and did not disappoint, drawing off at the end. I would think for $5,000 she should be competitive. She may get overlooked a little bit because of her post. We do have 2 scratches in here. Scratch the 2 and also scratch the 7. So she moves into post 8. And I believe she was entered once in the New York Oaks. So trainer Mike Ferraro Jr. must have thought she could run a little bit to enter her in there. And in for $5,000 this afternoon. Right now it's 6-1. She may be the value of this race. Definitely a wide open race to end the day. Don't forget, back in action tomorrow. The 8th race features win, play, show, exacta, trifecta, and superfecta wagering. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Programs for tomorrow's card will be online about 5:30 or 6 tonight. So all you have to do is go to fingerlakesgaming.com and just click on the racing section, and right on the left-hand corner are those free digital programs. Good luck and good night.
One more race to go on the Tuesday card. The Nightcap, 1 mile and 70 yards. Scratches 2 and 7. Let's meet the field. Then I'll give you the conditions. 1 is Welcome to My World, Jackie Davis. 2 is Out. 3 is Ice Love, Louis Perez with a hot hand looking for a riding triple. 4, Pretty Miss Penny looking for 2 out of 3. Manuel Di Diego looking for his second winner on today's program. On to the 5, Rosebud Ride, Michael Davila Jr. 6 is T's Double Trouble, Heeman Harkey. Scratch the 7 onto the 8, One Journey, Jeremias Flores. Next in the parade will be the 9, Frankie Knows Best, Christian Navarro looking to sweep the late double. 10 is Sweet DeSantis gunning for 2 in a row. Her jockey is Kay Berkoa, stablemate to the 3, Ice Love, M. Anthony Ferraro. Conditioning 3 and 10. The Nightcap, 1 mile and 70 yards. Fillies and mares, 3-year-olds and up. Non-winners of 2 races, $5,000 claimers. Once again, scratching 2 and 7. Fans, be advised, not all combinations are covered in our late pick 3, so make sure to check your tickets. Pick 6, we'll have a carryover into the Wednesday card, $1,700, $4.42, better than $1,700 for the Wednesday pick 6. And concerning our pick 5, 5, 6, and 8 are uncovered. And the long shots are uncovered here in the Nightcap. If any one of those 3 could spring the upset, a pick 5 carryover into Wednesday's program, little shy of $21,000. You're looking at my top pick, the 1, Welcome to My World. Good enough to graduate at Monmouth Park on the 7th of July against Maiden 10s. Couple races thereafter, a decent second place finish against $6,500 condition claimers. Regress thereafter. Once upon a time when I first got here to Finger Lakes, seemed like whenever there was a Monmouth Park invader, they pretty much ended up in the winner's circle. Hasn't been the case of late the last couple of years, but still I have respect for the Monmouth form. And Welcome to My World perhaps can spring a little bit of an upset. I guess not that big of an upset, 5-1 on the morning line, but down to 5-2 now. So the fans are recognizing the Kentucky bred who has been competing at Monmouth, venturing to Finger Lakes for the first time. 3, Ice Love makes a lot of sense. Although she has regressed in her last couple of starts, her first 2 starts here at Finger Lakes in June and on the 10th of July were pretty good against, much better against that allowance, non-winners of 2 lifetime. There's Cross Island, who we just saw competing in race 7. The filly that beat her on the 10th of July was a Billy Mori invader, Danseur de Oro, who was a short-priced favorite that day. Billy came in and made things pretty simple for him, winning a few races that afternoon on the 10th of July. It was good seeing my old buddy Billy Mori from the Bay Area. He's a heck of a horseman, no question about that. Ice Love ran well. Decent third as a beaten favorite against Capital Gal, who also competed in the 7th. Regressed against Janice Joplin and Isabel Loves Gold. And here we go again, M. Anthony Farrar with another aggressive placing. Is it cause for concern? Or is she just that good in this spot for $5,000? The last race, not much to brag about there. Had some trouble at the start. Really didn't do much running thereafter. Junior's going to get aggressive. Stonegate Stables getting aggressive. Big shout out to Bill Johnson. Ice Love, a logical player. For Pretty Miss Penny, I liked her maiden victory against the $5,000 competition. That was her second consecutive start around 2 turns. You know, she ran very well when stretching out in early August, came back and graduated in fine fashion. Didn't run much in her initial test against winners. Had a disadvantageous, very wide post, a field of 6. She was stuck out there in no man's land. Inside trip this afternoon. Either one of her maiden 5 races make her worthy of a little bit of a look in this spot. Didn't know what to do with the 10, Sweet DeSantis, who is a stablemate to Ice Love. Thought Sweet DeSantis showed a little bit of promise when she ran 3rd to that Boy Is She a Lady race. Then when she stretched out, I thought she was in a good spot against Janice Joplin. Didn't run much. Ran poorly thereafter. Once again, Junior gets aggressive. Dropped her in for 5. She looked good winning on the 30th of August. Seems like a logical fit in her initial test against winners. 1-3, 4-10 for me here in the Nightcap. We'll do it all over again tomorrow. 115 first post. About a minute until the nightcap, maybe even less. The fillies and mares are approaching the starting gate. It's post time for the nightcap. 3 Ice Love 8-5 to 1. Welcome to my world 9-5. 8, 3, and 4-year-old fillies in our Tuesday nightcap. We'll do it all over again tomorrow, 1:15. Working on Rosebud Ride. She's into her respective post. The Monmouth Park Invader, welcome to my world. Solid second choice. 2 to 1 in the wagering. Favoritism with 3 Ice Love. 3 to 2. Ice Love, Keen Ice out of a Medaglia d'Oro mare. Pretty good blood top and bottom for Ice Love. There's Pretty Miss Penny. Nice 9 to 1 if you can forgive her initial test against winners. Rosebud Ride was the first to load. Once again, fans, 5, 6, and 8 would trigger a nice pick 5 carryover into the Wednesday card. We already have a pick 6 carryover, a little more than $1,700. Maggie Seidman's One Journey. Maggie owns in partnership with some other people. Big shout out to Maggie. Frankie Knows Best moving forward. And here's Ice Love, stablemate Sweet DeSantis. First test against winners for Sweet DeSantis. Ready for the fillies. And there they go. Pretty Miss Penny broke running this afternoon. One Journey wants to show pace. Frankie Knows Best wants to mix it up. Rosebud Ride is forwardly positioned. Looks like some pace on for the level. Sweet DeSantis comes away in 5th from the far outside. After her, it's Frankie Knows Best. And the favorites are at the back of the pack, or after, right there in front of Frank, right there is Tease Double Trouble. Confusing Tease Double Trouble and Frankie Knows Best. The last two are Welcome to My World and Ice Love. All right, let's see if we can sort it out with this next round of calls. On the front end, One Journey. Frankie Knows Best is there. Sweet DeSantis pushing from the outside. Pretty Miss Penny is pressing the action along the rail. Rosebud Ride is forwardly positioned in the 5th spot, and she's 2 off the lead. Very compact group. It's a break of 3 lengths to T's Double Trouble. Ice Love second last, covering Welcome to My World. Up goes Pretty Miss Penny, claiming the top spot. Frankie Knows Best is in the 2nd position. Sweet DeSantis has been getting a wide journey. Rosebud Ride's outrunning her odds in the run to the 3/8. She's within a length and a half. Ice Love is making up ground quickly, and here comes Ice Love. She's into the 5th spot, and the big filly gets to lengthen that big stride, and here she comes. Frankie Knows Best has the lead. Sweet DeSantis is second. Rosebud Ride is up close from the inside. Ice Love continues to close ground to the far outside. A clear path to the leader line for Ice Love, and she continues to lengthen that big stride. Frankie Knows Best. Rosebud Ride's running a big one up the inside. Ice Love continues with her sustained charge. She's outside of stablemate Sweet DeSantis. Frankie Knows Best. Christian Navarro took a peek back up the backstretch run. Confidently handled, trying to get to the wire before Ice Love. Ice Love and Frankie Knows Best. Frankie Knows Best, the late double to Christian Navarro. Boy, Christian was looking back early in the race. I guess that tipped his mitt. Frankie Knows Best from Ice Love, then Sweet DeSantis, and Rosebud Ride, 4th for the Super. Usually when I see a jock sneaking a peek back at the top of the lane, I figure that horse has run. I don't think I've seen it that early in a race. Christian Navarro really riding confidently here aboard Frankie Knows Best. I guess he knew what he had. 148 and 18/100. Still got to get the photo. Ice Love right there. 9 and 3 in the photo for the victory. Hold all tickets. Nine is the winner. Frankie Knows Best. Second place, 3 Ice Love. Third place, 10 Sweet DeSantis. Fourth place, 5 Rosebud Ride at 50-1 for the Super. Frankie Knows Best. Christian Navarro knew best in the Nightcap. 3-year-old Bay filly, Frankie Knows Best by Frank Conversation out of the Dam La Zica. Owned and trained by Ralphie D. Ralph D'Alessandro. The late doubled only one man, Christian Navarro. Winner was bred in New York by McMahon of Saratoga Thoroughbreds, LLC. Unofficially 9-3-10-5 in our Tuesday Nightcap, which is now official. Christian's late double, 9-9, $104.50. 9-3 exacta, $63.50. 9-3-10 trifecta, $54.12. 10-cent super, 9-3-10-5, $112.50. 199, a late pick 3, good for $201.25. 6 with 1 with 9 with 9, our late pick 4, $1,153.50. Payer of the day is our Tuesday pick 5, 1 with 6 with 1 with 9 with 9, all 5 in the Tuesday pick 5, $2,955. Nobody with 6 in our pick 6. 5 out of 6 is worth $568. 4 with 1 with 6 with 1 with 9 with 9. 5 out of 6, $568. A one-day carryover into the Wednesday card, $1,704.42. And don't forget, you can access some free past performances on our website, fingerlakesgaming.com. Click on the racing tab, scroll on down to free digital program. Should be up around 5:30 or 6 o'clock. Past performances, lucky lake selections, great trainer and jockey statistics, all free on the website, fingerlakesgaming.com. Click on the racing tab and scroll on down to free digital program. Sure hope you had a great Tuesday when leaving the track. Please drive very carefully. This has been Racing from Finger Lakes Gaming and Racetrack. Good night, everyone.